Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to a sunny, beautiful Tisted in Denmark, where you join us on day 2 of 6 of the European Equipped Powerlifting Championship. Yesterday was all about the sub-juniors. Today is the first of 2 days of junior competition. We have the lighter men's classes this morning. Back to back, we have the 59s through to the 93s in 2 flights. I'm Martin Flett. I'm joined again by Gary Williams. Welcome, Gary.
Yeah, look, today is going to be fantastic. I'm just looking at the numbers for the sessions we've got today. If you look at the 74s, the 84s, and the 93s, it is absolutely stacked. There is nothing between them. Every single person on that roster has got a shot at getting on the podium today.
Well, the first group is only 6 lifters. It is going to rattle by in no time. 2 of them are unopposed, but Gary, as we saw yesterday, even that doesn't guarantee a championship title.
That's it. It's the nature of equipped lifting, isn't it? You've got to get that lift on the board, and particularly when it comes to bench, it's probably the hardest one to get a lift on.
And this is the first lifter out today. It's Georgescu from Romania. He is taking 185, and he is one of the 2 lifters we spoke about who is unopposed. Well, he made that look nice and light.
If you look at his rap sheet, I mean, 2022 world champion, 2022 European champion, plenty of experience.
And what I call a Ukrainian squad, just deep enough, totally efficient. Now, Dubisky from Poland is next in the 66s. He is the other lifter who is lifting unopposed. Another very experienced lifter, 22 years old now, been with us for 6 years.
Yeah, quite a bit of lifting experience under the belt there. And that every bit of experience makes a difference, doesn't it?
And even that Polish coaching team that you see in the background, so good at developing young lifters.
And that's it, the sub-juniors, the juniors, this is where, your open world champions are coming from. This is where it starts, drilling in that technique, drilling in the training regimes.
So this will take him 1/3 of the way to being European champion. Oh, that's lovely and deep.
Yeah, it moves very well.
And the easiest 3 white lights you're going to see all week, I would suspect. And now we come to the battle in the 74s. It really is a battle, Gary.
Yeah, there is really nothing. I mean, you look, Sorensen's up first, and he might be the lowest overall nomination, but all he has to do is just do his job and wait for someone to drop a lift, and he's close enough to jump on one of those medals.
In his first year as a full junior, after coming up from the sub-juniors, Tobias Sorensen. And he is opening on his PB.
Got the home crowd advantage as well. Oh, great control at the bottom there.
It was called down well by the coach. That should be good, yes. 3 white lights.
Great control there and great sportsmanship. Finished the lift there thanks to the spotting crew and walks away. And that's the confidence he's going to get in his next lift.
Now Gregory Austin from Belgium. And greetings to our many friends in Belgium who will be tuning in this morning. Probably still celebrating the World Snooker as well.
And of course, Gregory's no stranger to the platform, world and European. He picked up a bronze medal at the World Championships last year.
Love that front shot looking up. You really get all the emotions of the lifter right before you on the screen.
Look at the confidence that lift out there.
Yeah.
It's such an important part of the lift is that lift out and walk out. Oh, he's confident too.
Looked easy. But a
Not
little
deep
bit
enough.
high. I mean, he was called down. In fairness to the lifter, he was given the up. I wasn't sure, but I tend to defer to the coach who knows.
He's just a little bit shy there.
Just was high, yeah. It's equipped lifting. It's the first red we've had. He's got 2 more goes. The weight wasn't a problem.
Not at all, and I honestly wouldn't be surprised to see a couple more kilos go on there. You know, he's an experienced lifter as well, so a couple of kilos isn't going to throw him off at all.
And sometimes you've just got to stick to the weight plan and know that the second lift is there. So this is Richard Borsk from Slovakia. Two 2.5 on the bar.
Smooth all the way through. From here, it looks good. It is.
Well, he got a blue. Wasn't for depth. Not quite sure what that was for. Would normally be for downward movement, but anyway, it's a good lift. 2-1. And now Alexander Luzbin from Ukraine, 245 kilos on the bar. Only 19 years of age and opening only 2.5 kilos below his personal best.
Yeah, 19 years of age. He competed last year in the World Junior and Sub-Junior equipped. Picked up a gold medal there.
Probably favoured for squat gold, but on prognosis, he's a bit behind the others in deadlift. But we could see big jumps. This is the first squat.
So he needs to get these ones on the board.
Yeah.
Depth looks good from this angle.
Good, yeah.
Confidence looks solid as.
3 white lights, and I guess he knows he's got to build his subtotal as much as possible because the others are going to come chasing him in deadlift.
Yeah, I mean, this is his strength. The squat is his strength. He's got a great squat in him. He needs to get all 3 of these on the board so he can put himself in that position and open a gap a little bit before we get to the deadlifts.
And you can just see the scoreboard there. Remember, only 6 in the first flight. We're into the second round already. Only Austin still to register a valid lift. This is Georgescu, 200 kilos.
That is a short turnaround for these guys, isn't it?
Very, very. Particularly when you factor in unwrapping and wrapping. And looks good again.
He's fast, isn't he?
Well, considering that if he gets it, it's a 12.5 kilo PB.
That's fantastic.
Wow.
And it moved so well.
Now, Dbiski from Poland. Remember, the first 2 lifters out in the squat are the 2 that are lifting unopposed. But they still have to make a valid lift in each of the 3 disciplines if they want to be crowned European champion. And without belabouring the point or naming names, we saw one sub-junior yesterday lifting unopposed, and he couldn't get a bench in.
It's a tough break to take so early in your lifting career. But what he'll take away from that is incredible.
I think sometimes you learn far more by apparent failure than by success. But I always say failure is not being here. You know, failure isn't being here and not making the lift.
Oh, he went down really deep in that.
Oh,
what a grind.
Battle. Wow, now will he get blues or will he get whites?
I don't know.
I hope it's whites. Yes, it is. What a great battle. And
you
my
can
advice, well, it would normally be cross against the third, but I don't think that would be fair to the other competitors in a flight of 6.
you can see the look on his face there. He used up a lot of
Oh, there's
energy.
nothing more there, is there? What a battle. Now, Tobias Sørensen from Denmark. And yes, there is a cross against Dubiski's name. So I think we'll have a minute's break in the
so
third
that
round.
should give us a minute roll over the net round, because 6 is the minimum before they need to add time.
Yeah, each one less than 6 at a minute.
Yeah, they've got to have enough recovery time between lifts.
So Sørensen 232.5. Remember, he equaled his PB with his opener, and he's gone up 12.5 kilos.
Yeah, that moved really, really well.
Oh, great lift.
Strength.
Only
is
19
really good.
years old. Remember the name, Tobias Sørensen.
And
Well, I thought that red was a little bit...
and he's doing his job. I mean, all he needs to do is get the numbers on the board and wait and see what happens. And he can find himself up in the medals.
You know, looking at that replay, I can't argue with the referee, but sometimes one hip goes lower than the other.
It's not unusual. That's one of the reasons we have 3 referees.
Now, this is Borsch. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly.
And of course, we've got the 3 referees and we've got the jury as well.
Indeed.
So if your coach disagrees with the decision, they can always approach the jury and ask for a review.
So Borsch must have felt he was right at his limit, or he didn't get his next attempt in time, because he's only gone up 2.5 kilos.
It'd be interesting to see what his next lift is. I mean, that moved quite well. We didn't quite get deep enough, though.
No, we gave the universal commentator signal of not sure to each other for that one.
He's cut that a bit shy, hasn't he?
Yeah. Now, this is the big one in many respects. Gregory Austin from Belgium, probably the favourite in the 74s. Certainly prognosis has him leading, but we've seen that change a lot over the years. But he really, really needs to get this in. And as you suggested, Gary, he's put more weight on the bar.
Yeah, I mean, in classic lifting, you know, I mean, as a coach, I would probably never, I think I've done it once in my entire career, added weight to a second squat after failing the first. But in equipped lifting, it's really quite common.
Yeah, the first one he wasn't troubled by the weight, and this will help him get deeper.
That looks better from this angle, but just didn't get the spring out.
Yeah. I think the problem is he's probably not used to going that low. The coach took him lower than he's used to. It was 10 kilos more on the bar.
And very slow into the bottom as well.
And
so
suddenly the
really
favourite in the 74s faces a huge third round battle. I think there was so much focus on searching for depth that there wasn't enough focus on bringing it back up again. Now, Luzbin from Ukraine, last out in the second round. And remember, after this, there'll be a minute on the clock because the number of lifters in the third round is reduced to 5 because Dubiski will not take a third round squat. But this is for a 7.5 kilo personal best for Luzbin. 10 kilo jump from his opener.
Oh, good.
He is a good squatter.
Yes, and referees say yes.
3 wide lights.
That was absolutely fantastic. We're looking after him in the next few years, moving up into the juniors, into the opens.
2 attempts, time against the opener for second group. 2:16 for Andres Rochester.
Yeah, he's just absolutely textbook, isn't he?
Get ready.
And you can see the result after the second round. Still Austin to get a lift in.
Yeah, that's really working well in Sorensen's favour there,
Well,
and it's working well in everyone's favour there because he's come in as the favourite.
just saying, Gary, they haven't done the 1 minute extra. I'm not sure. Not sure what's happening here. I was going to use it to do a sponsor shout out. I was all prepared.
Had his notes written down and everything.
Looks good.
He's a little bit unstable at the top.
No,
Yeah, didn't get to lock out properly, I don't think.
no, it was
No
it was depth. They called it on.
Yeah, it was pretty shy. Yeah, and that's the difficult thing when the weights start getting heavier. I mean, yeah, they can push you down through the wraps well, but if it blows your confidence a little bit, it's a natural habit to pull up short.
And searching for depth is focusing on a negative rather than on a positive.
Yeah.
So this is Sorensen, Denmark, 240. You can just tell by the way he's walked out the wraps.
Yeah, they've
are a
tightened
lot
up. Look at
tighter
them.
this time. He opened on an equaling PB 220. This is 240. Do the math, as
Yeah, look,
they
his
say.
232 moved really, really well. And I think, 7.5 kilos, I think it's well within his reach. He's found his spot really well. He's done this.
He will be absolutely
He's got this, I'm
delighted
sure
with
of
this. Watch the celebration. Look at that.
And look,
20 kilo PB.
he's come in and he's done his job, and now he's putting pressure on everyone else.
Now, Gregory Austin.
Yeah, he's
Most
behind the eight
important
ball,
lift
isn't
of the day so far. He must make this to stay in the competition. Come up, Belgie.
He's such a strong and experienced lifter. It's not the first time he's been in this position. It's not new. It's not new to him.
But he'll hope it's the last time.
We all hope that. It never is.
Come on, Gregory. Just got to put everything together. Perfect lift. 245. No,
He's just
no,
not getting
no.
the spring.
Oh dear, dear, dear. We just hate to see that. So sorry, but that is a no lift
So
for Austin. and
unfortunately, he can't total. He can still medal in the bench.
But he
and
was
the
the
deadlifts.
favourite, Gary. He was a favourite to be European champion, and he has gone. And look, I think he made depth that time as well. Just couldn't bring it back up. Ah, dear.
So Sorensen's that come out and done his job has now found himself in the medals.
Both squat and overall. Now Richard Borsch. He missed 245. Put it up to 252.5.
Yeah, that was an interesting one because his over was 242.5, and then he only went 2.5 to 245. So quite possibly didn't get the lift attempt in time.
I think that's
and
the
now going
answer.
252.
Yeah. This would have been his planned third, and in a way, if it was, he's coming in fresher than if he'd had
That's
a heavier
right.
second lift. So.
Not the most convincing
No,
walkout.
no,
Yeah, he got
no.
a bit off balance there.
Well, he can do it again if he wants. No, he's run out
He's
of
decided
time.
there's not enough time there.
Thank you, spotters. Thank you.
So he has to settle for his opener of 242.5. And next we have Alexander Luzbin from Ukraine, 265 kilos on the bar. PB coming in 247.5.
He's made short work of that. His lifts have looked really good so far. If he can get a third one on the board, he puts himself in a position to keep pressure on for that overall gold medal at the end.
Well, prognosis, even if he gets this, puts the Slovakian ahead, Borsch, but then all he needs is a big jump, first to second deadlift, and that gap is gone. So this is a big lift for Lujban. He is the gold medalist in the 74s, last out in this flight. Oh, that's impressive.
He is something else.
Wow, great lifting from Lujban.
And that was a really important lift, that one. That one keeps the pressure on, keeps him within distance of Borsch. You know, if he's got, you know, just chip away in the bench press, don't do anything crazy, just chip away on that total and then save something for the deadlift and challenge.
And there you see the results so far. As we go into the second flight, and the first out in the second flight is Kevin Schmidt from Austria, and he is taking 250 kilos, 20 kilos below his personal best.
Back in 2018, when he was in the sub-juniors, he was in the 74 kilo class.
Jawohl, says the coach.
Yes,
Nine,
not deep
say
enough,
the referees.
And just interestingly, he picked up a gold medal in the Open division, the Western European Championships in 2021.
Now get ready for a slowly. Oscar Dahlqvist, Sweden, kom igen nu.
Now, Oscar Dahlqvist. I'm presuming brother of Oliver Dahlqvist.
Would have to be. I mean, they're almost identical. And Oliver, a great lifter himself. Plenty of world championships under his belt.
Oh, that looked easy.
Looks really easy opener. And it's a good
Yeah, absolutely fantastic.
for Oscar.
There's that great feeling of having the opening lift on the board, isn't there?
Absolutely. Now, Andrej Smetanek from Czechia.
They're up in the 93s now.
Yeah, this flight is the 83s and the 93s. So we will be swapping between the groups as the bar weight rises. If we ever forget to say, there will be a graphic on the screen as the lifter approaches the bar that confirms the weight class that they're in. This is Smetanek in the 93s.
So Andre finished 5th in this competition last year. We'll be looking to get a job done and try and get on the podium. Oh, depth looks great.
Well, prognosis has him just off the podium. No, depth, that wasn't
from
great.
this angle it looked really good.
As we
But
said
as we
before,
say,
the
referees have got
yeah,
a completely different position than us.
and a better one. Yeah, can see that this time.
Yeah, we talk about prognosis, and yeah, I mean he's just off the edge of the podium there. But if he comes out and does his job, as we've already seen,
Yeah, we just saw on the 74s
Yep,
how little
anything can
prognosis
happen.
means.
you've got to
No.
come out and get the job done.
So this is Lucas Rosenau. Czechia.
There's been some great lifters over the years come out of Czechia.
Yeah, I remember listening to you commentate when David Lupak won the world title on home ground.
That was, yeah, that was quite an event, that one.
No,
just shifted forward there.
And how quick were the platform crew? Half a second they may have been in too soon, but they weren't. They were in.
Yeah,
How do you train for that?
They just time it perfectly. You watch the replay here. He begins to shift forward, so he gets down. There's the shift.
There they are.
Perfect timing. Yes, that was an enormously loud crowd in Czechia in that event.
So many fell by the wayside, I remember.
Yeah.
Big Joe and Bjarnfeld was about then, wasn't he? And a couple of others that were expected to do great things.
That was back in 2017, I think.
I think so, yeah.
He's got the strength. Has he got the depth?
No,
Not quite there.
we gave each other the universal signal, didn't we? And we're expecting a great battle between Italy and France in the 83s. And this is Nahel Bali from France, the favourite on prognosis, but it's going to be close. Was talking to him last night. He said he was really disappointed that Mern had gone up to the 93s, because even although Mern might have beaten him, it would have been great to compete against him. And what a great attitude that is.
I mean, that's one of the great things about powerlifting. I mean, everyone supports each other. I mean, you'll see guys break someone's world record, and the guy that has that world record is cheering him on the sidelines.
So this is Bali's opener. Oh, he's struggling.
Oh, he looks really out of place there, doesn't he?
How on earth did he do that?
At no point in the descent did he look like getting that.
Well,
and he just stands it up.
What?
Well, there's no extra points for pretty lifts.
No. But I've never seen a lifter work that hard on a squat opener in my life. And he was shaking the whole way. The only other one that shakes like that I remember is Bitchkov.
I want to know how they got him into that squat set.
Now, this is the Danish lifter, as you might gather from the noise. This is Benjamin Palgrid Andersen of Denmark, opening with 290 kilos in the 93s. Now that's how an opener should look.
He's got a really interesting lift.
He got
he's
yellows
jumped the command. I think he's jumped the rack command. Yeah, they got him on depth there.
Yeah. There was one in depth and two on yellow, which might even have been elbows touching thighs, but whatever, it is a no lift. And we have Jakubek from Slovakia, 290 on the bar in the 93s.
The guys are pushing each other pretty hard. Let's see if we can get one on the board.
Oh no,
he's off balance as well.
The knees went forward, didn't they? And everything went out of place.
Yeah.
Don't think it's a strength issue.
Not at all. Look, when you've got that much weight on your back, one little shift in one direction, and there's really no bringing it back.
Now the great Ludwig Mern. Are we allowed to say great about Junior?
I think we're allowed.
Well, whether we are or not, we will.
Well, those knee wraps are tight. That squat suit is tight.
And this is just the opener. And he's only 21 years old.
couple of years left in the juniors.
Coach Jürgen Hansen looking on.
I hate to think what he'll be lifting in a couple of years when he's in the opens.
Oh, wow.
That
came up so fast.
That was like a hot knife through butter, wasn't it?
Just waiting on the referees.
And it's on the board. So at the moment, he is the only one in the 93s with a lift on the board.
Yeah, it's amazing. Out of the 9 lifts, we have only, well, my screen has changed. We've got 2 in the 83s.
And 1 in the 93s.
And 1 in the 93s. As you say, Gary, that's a quick lifting. Now, can they all change it in the second round? This is why we say prognosis can go right out the window.
Yeah.
Not only can you potentially not make a lift, but you've got to take your opener 3 times potentially,
right.
and someone else moves forward and closes the gap.
It takes its toll on you physically, but it takes its toll on you mentally as well. You know, so when that happens, you're opening the door for so many other people.
So to put right what went wrong the first time, Kevin Schmidt. That's better.
He's moving it really, really well. Yeah, he's gotten down there that time. He'll breathe a sigh of relief there.
And the wraps were so tight he undid them before he left the flat. Now, Oscar Dahlqvist.
Come in, Oscar.
2:62.5 to equal his personal best with his second attempt. Looks a great squat again.
Strong in the midsection, is he?
Very. Well, he gets a red from the centre referee for depth. Both the sides thought it was good.
You only need 2 white lights, so.
Now, another of those who missed their opener, well, that's the majority in this flight, isn't it? Smetanik is taking 2:65 again.
He looks a bit more fired up for this one.
The coach looks fired up.
Yeah, and you've got to manage your aggression throughout the day, but you know, there's a time when you need to fire up, there's a time when you need to settle a little bit. Depth looks good from this angle.
So much better.
From here it looks good, it is. I think the coach just breathed an enormous sigh of relief there. You can see him walk.
The coach was actually told off for being outside the coach's square as well, which he didn't take too kindly to. A very big coach being told off by a very big technical controller.
Yeah, if you'd seen the size of the coach, I would have been thinking twice about telling him off.
And then you see the size of the technical controller. Now another Czech lifter, Rosenal. Missed 270. We're in the 83s now. Just while the Czechs have a good coaching team, 2 lifters following one another in different weight classes. Last minute advice.
He's just struggling to find his little spot there, isn't he? Gets it in the end. Oh, it's a tough lift through the middle there.
No,
and it's just thrown him forward.
Nearly had it.
He
One
hit
more
depth. By
attempt.
the
Yeah.
look of it, he hit depth.
Yeah.
One more attempt to go.
Just watch the replay. I think he just lost balance
275 for
forward on the way back up.
Anderson, Jakubek, get ready for your second attempt.
Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, just
shifted forward a little bit. I think he'll be okay on his third.
Bar slowly for David.
I
He's
wish
blown
I
off the
shared your
cobwebs.
confidence.
He's blown off the cobwebs
No,
now.
this is Cicchetti. Predicted to have a great battle with Bali, but he needs this. He missed his first one.
Yeah, and hasn't that opened the door for Bali as well? I mean, even if he gets this on the board, he's really opened the door.
Oh, was up very strong.
gonna wait
The
for the
coach
referees.
called him. See, I thought that, but the coach called him up. He waited till the coach's call.
Well, it's 3 red lights, so we can't go to the jury.
No,
Anderson, Denmark. Jakubek.
I think he's just checking it was for depth.
Bar slowly. Benjamin Anderson, Denmark.
So this is Benjamin Balgate Anderson.
Denmark is in the house.
Well, he missed his with his opener. Most of them put it right the second time, but not all of them. It was just depth from Anderson, wasn't it? It came up nice and strong.
And I'm still going to wait for the referees.
He got 2 yellows last time, though. He gets 2 reds for
Yeah.
depth this time. And another lifter goes into the last chance saloon in the 3rd round.
Yeah, and
But
coach is
before
going to go for a
that,
walk to the jury on that
We
one.
have Bali.
Don't think he's going to get a lot of joy from the jury, though.
Let's go, Christian. Let's do
Now
it.
this is Jakubek from Slovakia. Missed 290 as well in the 93s. Retaking the same weight. A reminder at the end of the 3rd round, there'll be a 10-minute break and then we're back for bench press.
Oh, he's
No,
cut that off.
That's high, isn't it?
I don't know what's happened there. I'm wondering if something didn't feel right because he cut it off well before he was anywhere near depth.
Well, normally we wait for the referees out of respect for
Yeah.
the lifter, but it was so obviously high there.
I feel like something didn't feel right and he pulled it up. Might have been a knee wrap out of place or something.
Well, we were amazed at Bali's opener, and all I can say is this is heavier. So just sit back and watch, but he's got a lift on the board, and that gives him a huge advantage over the Italian.
Oh, he's struggling with that lift out there, though.
Well, that looked much better than the first one, but did it go deep enough?
No, it wasn't.
No, the problem was as he was leaning forward, he's bringing his hips up again.
Yeah, it's
So it creates the illusion of depth.
it's a difficult style of lift to really get depth in when you fold over like that. And for yourself, it feels like you're getting deep as well.
This is new personal best attempt for Ludwig.
The amount of strength he has to be able to stand that up like that, though.
Now Ludwig Mann,
Let's go, Ludwig.
335 kilos for a new personal best. His PB at the moment is only 330. Crazy,
I
isn't
like
it?
how you said that it's only 330. It's the size of a small car.
No,
Thank you,
no,
spotters.
just lost
Was a
balance
bit out of
backwards.
position
Yeah.
there.
Thank you, spotters. Absolutely.
Yeah, it
I'm
was
sure he can put that right next time. Just went back. And that is the end of the second round. And look at how much double red we've got. We have 4 double reds.
Yeah, we've got 4 athletes that have put themselves behind the 8 ball here. And even if they get these lifts on, I mean, it just opens the door now. You know, you haven't been able to add anything to your projected total.
Kevin Schmidt is not one of them. He got his second in after missing his opener and now has gone up to 260 kilos. Still 10 kilos below his personal best.
Just couldn't quite get the speed through the midsection.
If you watch in replay, Gary, the feet were imbalanced. The right foot was further back than the left. Not sure how well you can see it in replay.
Yeah, he's just a bit out of position there.
I'm not sure is that deliberate or has he just ended up there?
Yeah, there was just no power through the midsection. Didn't get a lot of speed out of the bottom.
No, this is one of the 4 double reds. Last chance to get a lift on the board. This is Lucas Rosenau, Czechia. He's nearly got it twice and just lost balance forward near the top.
If there's a time to be fired up and bring some aggression to the platform, this is it. He needs to really take control as he lifts off. Right here is where he needs to own that bar, and he's done that well.
Coach is a very good lifter as well.
Oh, he sunk in so well there.
I think it was just too heavy.
Yeah, look, he sunk into that really well, but just couldn't put the momentum into play. He dropped in beautifully here. It's a great little drop in.
Absolutely perfect.
Just didn't get
Just
the
couldn't
speed
bring
he
it up.
needed.
And that just suggests too much weight on the bar. Well, this is someone in the exactly opposite position, and there indeed is Oliver Dahlqvist behind his younger brother, Oscar. And he is 2 greens from 2. And this is for a 10 kilo personal best big lift. And all of a sudden, prognosis has Dahlqvist within a whisker of the podium.
He's come out and done his job. And that's what you need to do, is just chip away, make smart selection choices.
Oh, wait for the celebration.
And this is smart selection choices.
10 kilo PB.
And he puts himself in the perfect position to put pressure on the rest and get himself on that podium.
Now in the 83s, Cicchetti, possibly the joint favourite for the title, but he is 1 lift away from leaving the competition. Such drama so early.
Yeah, look, and the disappointing thing here is too, I mean, because he's now doing his opener for the 3rd time, he hasn't added anything to his projected total, whereas the others have.
Well, the only thing is Bali missed his 2nd. So if he gets this, he's still got a chance of the title. But if he doesn't, it's all gone. Must make lift, must make lift. Oh, he smoked it coming up.
He stood up really easily. What do the referees say? Not deep enough.
Oh,
will the coach take a walk
will go
to the
jury this time. It was depth, both side referees. Let's see again. Let's see, the coach is now looking at the replay on the big screen.
He's cut it short. Only just.
Maybe it's the, you know, that could quite easily have been 2-1 the other way.
He is going
It's
for
worth
a
an
jog.
ask.
He's going
In
for
the
a
meantime, this is Smetanic. He has got a green against his name. And this is 280.
I'm just watching the jury to see if they wave him off. He's having a good chat with them though.
No.
Just a little bit too much there.
Yeah, nothing wrong with the technique. And now, well, listen to the crowd now. This is Benjamin Falgreen Andersen from Denmark. He's in the Two Reds club as well. He also needs this to stay in the competition. The last two in this situation didn't make it. Can it be third time lucky for the Dane?
Yeah, it's a tough position to be in. He's got the home crowd support. Is that enough to get him over the line?
Oh, that looks good to
he's
me.
got it.
That was deeper.
I think he's good on this one.
And it's
He
a
is.
good lift, 2-1. And look at the relief. And Anderson is the third, and he is lucky, and he stays in the competition. And the fourth is Jakubek, 290. This also to stay in the competition. Now, Gary, last time you thought maybe he got something wrong and decided not to waste any energy.
It just looked like he made the intentional decision to pull it up.
Well, he knows what he has to do. This is a must-make squat.
He's pulled that up short again.
I think that's high. Wait for the referees. Yes, it's
Yeah,
high.
it has.
Oh, and another one leaves the competition. Oh, what a shame. But, you know, as we keep saying, it's the nature of
It
equipped
is.
lifting.
Dougfest has come in and done his job. 3 from 3. Now he's going to get on the podium.
Let's go.
The importance
Yeah,
of
and
lift selections.
Dogfist is also going to get a silver
Yep.
medal in squat. Whatever Bali does, Bali is the gold medalist.
But the importance of lift selections. Getting those numbers on the board. You're not going to win championships on prognosis.
No. Can he find depth? That's deeper. What a battle. I would say that's good, but we'll wait for the referees. No,
2
high
red lights.
again. Will I ever learn to stop predicting?
Looking back, 340 kilos for him. 10 kilos over his personal best.
I noticed you didn't answer because I would have been predicting if I'd learn or not.
I knew there was a joke in there somewhere, but I decided to leave it.
I didn't.
Norway.
So this is the final lift of the morning squats, and it's Ludvig Møhn from Norway. He missed 335. Remember, he just lost balance backwards. The 335 would have been a PB. It's currently
Yeah, I think what
330,
he's
so this
looking
is
for
for
here-
340.
I think what he's looking to do here, the extra few kilos, get into the hole a bit faster, get a bit more speed out.
better.
Bit more speed on that one.
Coach Hansen likes it. And the referees are making us wait. No, they don't like
Referees
it.
don't
The
like
red
it.
and
We've
the
got a blue
blue.
card there.
Okay, you have 10
Not
minutes
sure what the
break.
blue was for. Have a
On the
quick
bench,
look at the
please.
replay.
Bench press versus group.
I think the blue was not locking out completely.
Yeah, possibly the right knee was slightly soft, but the coach is going to the jury. But the referees see what the referees see, and they're not going to give something like that if it wasn't there. So I don't rate the Norwegians' chances of overturning that very highly. And we look very quickly at the results before we go to a break. Right back in the 59s, the gold medal in squats to Georgescu. In the 66s, Debisky. In the 74s, Luzbin. In the 83s, Bali with that opener, the very, very shaky opener, but it got him the gold medal.
Did the job.
In the 93s, Mern takes the gold, but the story in many respects is not who got the medals, but who is no longer in the running to be the champion. And with that thought, we'll take a short break. Join us again in approximately 8 minutes' time for the bench press. And welcome back to Tisted on the morning session of day 2 of 6 of the European Equipped Powerlifting Championships. If you've been with us for the first session, you would have seen a really exciting squat session. Exciting in lots of different ways.
Let's be honest, it was a bloodbath.
Exciting and dramatic. We have lost 4 lifters after the squat. A reminder, if you are just joining us, that we have 2 flights. Flight 1 is the 59, 66 and 74 kilo classes. Only 6 lifters, so we will see that go by quite quickly. And then the second flight is the 83s and the 93s, and that's really where most of the drama happened.
Yeah, look, and this is where it gets even tougher. I mean, bench press, you know, it's one of the hardest ones in equipped lifting to get a lift in. You know, so much can go wrong. It's so technical. So the guys that have managed to keep themselves in the competition really now have to focus on that lift selection. Make sure that opening lift is really, really well within reach. It should be a 98%er.
Because as we've seen in squats, get your opener and you almost come from nowhere onto the podium. And this is Georgescu from Romania, opening with 100 kilos on the bar.
Oh, good speed.
Yeah, and he's lifting unopposed, Gary, so, you know, don't take any silly risks.
Yeah,
He's
look,
now 2/3 of the way to the title.
yeah, I mean,
just
that was a great
away.
opener. 15 kilos below his personal best. Easy opener to get it on the board. Now he can have a go and do it, you know, play around with the numbers he wants to get.
And I think part of the problem with a flight of 6 is you'd struggle to have enough time to change your shirt. In a larger flight, you know, maybe opening a loose shirt, put on a tighter one. But when there's only 6 of you, that's...
Yeah, you'd never get one
No.
off and on again.
And if you did, it wouldn't warm up to body temperature in time. So this is Tobias Sørensen from Denmark.
Yeah, look, he did a great job on his squats. He came in, he did the job. He knew he was, on prognosis, the lowest nominee, but he's done the job and he's put himself in the medals.
And of course, Austin, the favourite, is out.
And by putting a great opener like that on the board, he now puts himself in a position to put pressure on a silver medal
Yeah.
if they don't do their job.
145 kilos for Alexander Speed. Starts loading.
Yeah, great landing position. He got really good bar position on that.
Lipinski, course, get ready. Starts loading.
Now this is Luzbin, and a reminder if you're joining us for the first time, we did say a couple of times yesterday the new bench press rules are now in force, so you won't see lifters putting their feet on the bench as part of the setup process.
So he's opening just a couple of kilos below his personal best. I mean, obviously that personal best was set a little while back.
Nice bench.
Yeah, he's chosen an opener really well.
Now Debiski from Poland, the other lifter lifting unopposed. The only person he has to beat is himself.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, even lifting unopposed in a European or World Championship in equipped lifting, you know, is an achievement in itself.
I've done it myself. I opened raw to get one in and then missed my next 2. But I still came away with a gold medal. I won't say what I lifted, but there was no one there good enough to beat me.
I've never done a raw opener. Probably because I can't get my shirt on that fast.
Good battle all the way up.
Yeah, that was a really nice technique there. You could see him really follow that line down. Watch the shirt compress his chest a little bit. But he followed it through, stuck with it.
Now we have Richard Borsch. 162.5 on the bar.
Yeah, it should be well within reach for him.
Well, he is the overall favourite on prognosis, but there's only 2.5 kilos between himself and Luzban, so this is going to go down to the last deadlift.
Come down to the wire. It was a pretty good deadlift, bench presser. And this is well below what he's capable of. Oh, he's gotten a bit offline there.
No.
You can see when he brought that down there, it just shifted back on him a little bit.
Well, that's what the shirt wants to do, isn't it?
I'll be able to see in the replay, probably not from that angle. Yeah, it was pretty high on the chest there. You can see it shift back.
See it better from that angle.
Yeah, he did manage to get a pretty good press out, but I think he was just off position. And that bar path that you train for is so important. If you get off that line.
Now Gregory Austin, unfortunately, cannot make a total.
Yes.
I always dislike the term disqualified because that implies you've done something illegal almost. All the poor guy's done is not got a squat in.
So his focus now is getting some medals in the bench and the deadlift.
And this will, I would say this would guarantee him bench gold actually.
Yeah, if he can put a 185 on the board, he's going to be hard pressed to catch. Look at the shirt compress.
Think that's good?
Look, I think it is. He managed to handle that well. The shirt wanted to push him back, but he kept really good control over it. It's a good press off, and right there the shirt wants to drive him back, and he managed to control it.
And we're into the second round already. Only 6, remember?
He's just moving faster.
And
catching your breath.
only Borsch, the favourite on prognosis, has a red light against his name so far. And he was well below his PB with his opener, so hopefully that was just something technical that he can put right second time. This is Andrei Georgescu.
Another nice lift. Moves it very quickly.
Now Tobias Sorensen, 152.5. Well, his PB coming in was 130.
He's made short work of that. And he has done a great job so far this morning. All he needs to do now is just keep adding bit by bit during the bench. Try and get those 3 lifts on the board to add to that overall total. And he might just find himself close enough to challenge. He's got a pretty good deadlift on him. If he can get this one on the board and add another 5 kilos, he really starts to put himself within reach.
Within striking distance. Can he take the bar, then sink down? He's working it, and he locks it out. I think that's good. Didn't see any downward movement, and that's because there wasn't any. 3 white lights.
Yeah, now look, if I was him, I'd be thinking about 2.5 kilos, maybe 5 at the most. But you know, if he goes 2.5 kilos, it's a higher percentage lift, and he adds 2.5 kilos more to his total. Yeah, if he throws on another 5 kilos, it's a pretty high risk, and you add nothing.
I don't think there's another 5 kilos there. In fact, I might even be tempted to say, leave it there and save it for the deadlift. But this is loose bin.
Let's go.
Open to 145. This is 157.5 for a 10 kilo personal best.
Sorensen has put in 157.5 for his third. He's going all out.
Or maybe he'll just sit it out as a courtesy to the others.
He moves so well off the chest.
He fought it really well.
He put himself in a great position by getting so much speed off the chest.
And 3 wide lights.
Even in slow motion, this thing rockets off his chest. In equipped lifting, that's what you really want. You want that speed off the chest.
Momentum.
So you can use that.
No, this is Tabisky in the 66s, not the 74s. 160 kilos for a new PB by 2.5 kilos.
Yeah, this would be a nice little personal best. There's nothing better than a PB at a European or World Championships, is there? He's got out of shape there. Look at the strength, though.
It's gone down.
He couldn't quite lock it,
but what an attempt.
If we get a replay from the side angle here, you'll see the bar just shift forward on him. And the strength he had to actually pop that off his chest. It just shifts there, he loses the tightness. But almost had the strength to press that in the locker.
Now, very important lift coming up. This is Borsch from Slovakia. Missed 162.5 on the first attempt, retaking it. He's already moved from first to second in prognosis by missing his first, and by Lushbin getting his opening 2 lifts. That's how close this group is.
If he misses this second, again, he's probably going to have to retake the 162.5. He adds nothing to his total.
Must really make it this time in order to have the chance to add kilos to the subtotal in the 3rd round. And of course, this will take the pressure off. Looks better already.
Yeah, that looked like a much better line.
Well, he got a yellow. I wonder is that for butt off the bench? It's a normal thing we can't see. No. Must have been something else. Referee on the far side clearly saw something that we didn't. And now Gregory Austin cannot total.
Yeah, so right now, I mean, he's focusing on personal bests. He's focusing on medals in the bench and the deadlift.
Well, he's got a 10k PB on the bench already today. This is for another 10 kilos.
And this is a massive PB as well.
Yeah, compared to what he came in with, it's 20 kilos.
And I think he'll be successful on this one. He'll be looking for 200 plus on his 3rd.
Yeah, it's a good club to join.
He's so strong through there, isn't he?
Oh, you took the words right out of my mouth there. absolute beast to get through that. But
Unfortunately,
I think
he
the butt
gets-
must have
yeah.
come up.
But the strength he has in that upper section there, that transition zone, I mean, that bar practically came to a complete stop.
Yeah.
Now, it's a tough thing to keep your butt down when you start to get into trouble like that, because the natural instinct is to lift. And the natural instinct feels like it's helping you, but it's
Yes.
actually not helping at all. It's taking all the power out of your press.
And into the third round, and it's Andrei Georgescu, still staying below his personal best, which is 115, 110 for his third round lift. But as you say, do what you have to do when you're unopposed. Looked like an opener.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty tough competition schedule throughout the year as well. And we don't know which ones they're lining up for next. I mean, he might be lining up for a world championship event. We don't have to do anything special here to get the gold medal, just qualify.
Now this is Tobias Sorensen taking 157.5 for his third. As we said, PB coming in 130.
Yeah, I mean, I probably would have put 155 on there, but he's going for the high risk, high reward. If he gets this, that extra 5 kilos on his total really starts to put him in striking distance.
I honestly thought he was putting it in as a courtesy to the others. I thought he was right in his limit at 152.5, but I don't want to say anything that might detract from the performance, and we wish him well. 157.5.
Well, if he's tightened that shirt up a little bit and gets good speed off the chest, he's got a good line. He got a great press.
Oh,
That
wow.
was absolutely spot on the money.
That was better than the second one.
They set
No,
that shirt.
he got
He's got 2
yellows,
red lights.
But presumably off the bench, we'll be able to see that in the replay in a moment. You know, was that the butt off or was that the top of the thigh off? I think I'd have been going to the jury if I was the coach there.
Yeah, surprising he didn't.
Now this is Debisky, the champion in the 66s. If he gets a deadlift in, because he is unopposed, missed 160 last time, retaking the same weight.
Now he's got it to the top.
How on earth did he manage to do that?
And unfortunately, he's got the 3 red lights.
Yeah, blues and yellows suggests butt off the bench and downward movement of the bar.
Yeah, the butt lifted early, and then there's a bit of a dip in the bar there as well that you couldn't see in normal speed.
Now Alexander Luzbin, 162.5. And remember, the battle between he and Borsch will go right down to the final deadlift.
Yeah, there's only a couple of kilos in it, is there?
Well, he was ahead in prognosis until Borsch made that second round bench press. No, not
Yeah,
quite.
just couldn't get it through that transition zone there.
And now we have Borsch. Well, I think Luzbin was 5 from 5 until that. So he's having a great day.
Yeah, so this, I mean, this gives Gorsk a chance to open it up a little bit now. If he can put this one on the board.
Let's go.
Yeah, he'll still be behind at subtotal, but with a bigger opening deadlift.
This'll change the dynamic just enough in his favour.
Yeah. Well, his PB is 175. He's certainly been beyond this before. But this is one of the biggest stages in world powerlifting.
Yeah, I mean, people tend to, it's hard to really understand how different it is to walk out on that big platform. Oh, I think he's got that there. Did he lock out the left arm?
I think so, yes. 3 white lights. And he's happy, and he knows how important that lift was in the grander scheme of things.
Yeah, it just changes the dynamic a little bit, puts him in a great position going into the deadlift. If he can get that opener deadlift on the board, he's then in control.
Now, the last lifter out in the first flight is Austin of Belgium. Guaranteed the gold in bench press. Got a PB with his opening bench, 185. This to push that PB up another 10 kilos. And although he didn't get the last one, how strong was he in the attempt?
Yeah, look, he has got amazing strength in that top section as well. If he can get a really good pop off the chest there, use the shirt really, really well, he's got the strength and the power to lock this out.
3 reds and a green and a collar either side. 195 kilos for a 20 kilo personal best on the day. Working it down. No,
And just
it
probably
was
used
actually
up
better at the start on the way up.
Yeah, I think he
Just-
probably used up a little
Yeah,
bit, not too much energy in that second attempt.
And as we said, only 6 lifters in the flight. You don't really have much recovery time. And we're into the second flight, and the first up is Oscar Dahlqvist, and he will open on 150 kilos in the under 83 kilo
Yeah, he's
class.
having a great day. He's getting the job done. I mean, if he can come out and do the same job he did in squats, he's going to give himself an opportunity to maybe, I mean, if someone makes a mistake, he can find himself jumping up into a silver.
Well, he's already guaranteed a bronze if he can get a bench and a deadlift in, which I think would have exceeded his wildest expectations coming in. Oh, it's a good opener. Did you expect anything else?
No, not at all. I mean,
Of course, Cicchetti and Rosenau have gone after squats. I don't think I even saw the lights there. I'm just assuming it was 3 wide lights.
yeah, I mean, Dahlqvist is putting himself in a really, really good position. That was a great lift selection for an opener. If he can keep those lift selections up, and it looks like he has 7.5 kilos, not doing anything crazy for his second, he knows he's just got to add the numbers.
Rosenau, as you can see, and as we just said a couple of minutes ago, cannot make the total. Coach Dennis giving last minute encouragement.
Well, when I watched that touch, I was wondering how he was going to manage this, but he managed it really well.
Same thing, yeah. Talk us through it again.
You can see he just gets a bit out of shape there, struggling to get the touch. Got a great pop off the
He
chest.
just launched it up, didn't he? Now, Christian Filip Jakubek from Slovakia, 175 kilos on the bar in the 93 kilo class.
Just trying to remember where I've seen him lift before. He was at the World Championships in 2022.
Certainly lifted in the Europeans. No.
Yeah, and that was a good example of the shirt deciding it wanted to go a different direction.
Not having the best of days.
It's a tough day at the office. You can see in this one the shirt, he gets down fairly well. He's a little bit offset though, and it just wants to drive him back.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter how long you've been doing a quick bench for, it'll still do it to you.
Now this is Nahel Bali. Only got his one squat in, but it's enough to put him in a very, very favourable position now in the overall competition. Competes classic as well as equipped.
Yeah, and you can sort of see by the way he touches there, it's a bit higher on the chest.
In fact, I'm not sure I've seen him lift equipped before.
Most equipped lifters will touch a little bit further down than that.
Now Smetanik, Czechia.
He squatted 265.
Yeah, guaranteed a medal if he gets one bench and one deadlift in.
Nice touch.
No.
Yeah, you look in it, you can see, you can hear his coach saying back, 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 back. And he pressed really straight up there. Should be able to get to see here.
To my eyes, that touch was almost too low.
He's come down quite low there, but he presses almost straight up. And you can hear his coach yelling back, 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 back. And it's quite difficult to correct that once it's off your chest.
Now this is Anderson. .200 kilos on the bar. His PB 182.5. Oh, wow.
Well, his PB definitely is.
I had to do a double take there to make sure that wasn't the squat that he was coming to add to, but wow.
That just rocketed, didn't it?
Absolutely.
He's trained that one quite a few times. That one was well rehearsed.
Now Cicchetti. He'll be downcast. He came in with a real chance of being the European champion. Italians have been on fire the last couple of years.
You've got to
and
dig deep now.
Every confidence.
You've got to dig deep, find the motivation to keep going.
It's just about bench medals now and pride in performance. But the adrenaline will have dropped off however hard you tried to do otherwise. Well, he's equaling his PB with his opener if he's successful. No.
It just didn't want to shift, did it?
No.
Sorry, no lift.
I think to do equal your PB with your opener, you got to be really fired up and
Kevin
up
Smith,
for it. And
Austria.
if you've just exited the competition and you've lost the chance of the title you came for,
Yeah, I mean, I was just watching him pull down. I mean, the shirt looked like it had plenty of resistance in it, had to work through it. Just didn't seem to get the timing off the
Yeah.
chest.
Clean up the bench first for Kevin.
yeah, they're just cleaning the bench. A lot of lifters come out with chalk on their back, and it does accumulate on the bench. So this is Kevin Schmidt from Austria, also on 215. This to take the lead in bench in the 83s, and also all but confirm his overall silver medal. This +1 deadlift.
Yeah, got to get this one on the board.
But he's within 5 kilos of his PB. Is that a risk? It's a tight shirt, nice touch, and the shirt has worked really well there.
Yeah,
Looks
no, he
good.
was very calm, very cool and collected through that lift. No stress.
And no celebration afterwards, just the briefest of smiles.
Yeah, it's a bit, hold my beer. I'll get this.
Now Ludwig Mern in the 93s, 217.5 kilos. And this is a new PB, but remember he used to lift in the 83s, he's moved up to the 93s.
Yeah, so not surprising.
He's put on a year, he's put on a few kilos, and no doubt he's put on a little bit of strength as well.
Well, like they say, mass moves mass.
Oh, that's a great opener.
that was really
and
well
it's a
done.
PB,
That was
3
very
wide
nicely
lights.
done.
And that's the end of the first round of the second flight. Quick shout out to our sponsors while they take the bar down again. Our premier sponsors are Rogue and SPD. Thank you both very much for what you do to help promote and develop the sport in Europe. Also thank you to Maniac Fitness that supply the media team jackets. Make us all look smarter than we
Well, as smart
are
as they
entitled
can.
to look. And also Hansu Power. Thank you very much, each and every one of you. And this is the second round, and this is Dahlqvist. Number selection has been perfect so far.
Yeah, they've been spot on the money. I mean, the Swedish team were fantastic at that at the last World Championships as well. Their lift selections were just spot on the money. And again, that is spot on the money. That is the job he needs to do if he's going to be able to find a way to put some pressure on another medal.
Yeah, at the end of the day, he can only do what he can do, so he just does the best he can with good number selection.
You come out, you do your job, and you wait for that opportunity to arise.
Now Jakubek.
Bar is loaded. Christian Jakubek, Slovakia.
Not having a good day. He's 0 from 4 at the moment.
Yeah, tough day at the office, but I mean, you've got to take the knocks, you've got to take the rolls and the punches in equip lifting. You are going to have competitions where everything goes your way, and you're going to have competitions where nothing goes your way.
Oh,
That's looking better.
It's a good lift.
3 wide lights at last.
Good job.
A lift on the
That'll
board.
lift his motivation a little bit now.
5 for Lucas Rosenau.
Rosenal from Czechia. Good with 170, and now the bar goes up to 177.5 kilos.
New personal best attempt. Let's go.
This will be a fairly solid personal best in the European Championships.
Looks good. Don't think it came
Yeah,
down.
looked pretty solid.
Well, he got a yellow, possibly a butt raise, but obviously not something we can see from the commentary position.
5 kilos for Nahel Bali. Ross, Iconic, Anderson, get ready.
Yeah, butt came up for sure.
Bar is loading.
Now, Nahel Bali, good for 187.5. Takes 192.5 second round. His PB is 200.
Yeah, he's put himself in a really, really good position here. If you can get these on the board, you can get into the deadlift session and be in control.
Strong. Really strong.
Good.
3 wide
Gets the
lights.
whites.
Below 195 kilos for Iconic, Czech Republic. Anderson, Czechevsky.
Now Smetonic missed 195 the first time.
Smetonic, Czech Republic. Let's go, Andre. Let's do this.
Well, he's opened on his PB
Yeah, let's hope he can put this one on the board.
and he's guaranteed a podium position overall if he gets 1 bench and 1 deadlift. So why open on your PB?
Oh, he controlled that
Much
so
better,
well.
Much better.
From where I'm sitting, I mean, you could see the shirt really wanted to throw him back, but he held it in line.
3 white lights. Yeah, the shirt took him back the last time. He
He
managed to
held
control it
that.
this time.
Great strength there. Look at him hold that in position there. That takes so much to be able to do that.
And under so much pressure. The mental pressure
Wow.
must have been huge. Thinking, am I blowing a podium position by opening too heavy? That's got to have been going through his mind. Now, Benjamin Falgren Andersen, Denmark, 210 kilos. He already had a 17.5 kilo PB with his opener, and he made it look easy. Wow.
Yeah, now we're getting to the territory where he's
Wow.
got to work a little bit. But that is fantastic.
Now back to the 83s. Anderson was in the 93s. And it's David Cicchetti. Missed 215, which was his PB. He's gone up 5 kilos. Hail Mary.
Well, I think it is a bit of a Hail Mary. I mean, he's missed his squats. He can't total. At this point, you've got to say, well, I've got nothing to lose, have I? Well, let's put some extra on there and see what it does. You know, and maybe it's enough to really get the shirt firing well. You know, wants to chase after the bench gold medal, all or nothing.
No.
Just hasn't happened though. He certainly shifted that a lot better though.
He's 0 from 5.
Look, and at this point, as a coach, you've got to say, right, it's all or nothing. I would actually probably consider going to 225 the next one, pull the shirt down a little bit, go for the Hail Mary and a shot at the gold medal. If it pays off, you get a gold medal in the bench. If it doesn't pay off, you've lost nothing really.
And we are back to the 83s, and it's Kevin Schmidt of Austria, noted as a great bench presser.
Oh yes, Kevin.
And so this will equal his best lift.
This will get him within Hail Mary of Bali as well, if
It
he
does.
can make it.
It certainly puts him in striking distance.
As we said, Schmidt a really good bench presser.
He has got so much strength in that top
I think that's
position,
good.
hasn't
Didn't see downward movement.
Look nice and
Yeah,
clear.
3 wide lights.
he? So much strength in that lockout.
Let me have a look at Ryan.
Now Ludwig Möhn, last out in the second round.
225. New personal best with 10 kilos from him. Darkest Rosenau, get ready.
Yeah, just looking at actual subtotals rather than prognosis. Bali is only 7.5 kilos ahead of
Yeah,
Schmidt.
Schmidt is putting
but
himself in a position
Bali
where he can
has a
strike.
bigger opening deadlift. And that's what's creating the gap. But this is Möhn, last out. 225 for a 10 kilo personal best on what he came in with. Wow,
Looks easy.
looked so good.
And so
3 wide lights.
The referees agree.
Into the third round. A reminder, at the end of the third round we'll have a 10-minute break, which will pass in the blink of an eye, and then we'll be back to do it all again in the deadlift. There you can see the results so far. I won't take you through all of them, there's so many different classes involved.
Bar is loaded for darkest. Stay
I
down.
think the main thing to note is we've now 4 lifters that are out of contention.
Now Dahlqvist is 4th in the bench, but he is 3rd on prognosis and is only a deadlift away from the podium. Probably too far behind the other two.
I think Schmidt and Bali have gotten a little bit too far out
Yeah.
in front unless something really goes wrong.
But
he's-
then things have gone wrong
Right.
already.
Great third lift.
And that's a 12.5 kilo PB over
Look at
what
that.
he came in with today. So he's had a great competition. He's done everything he can. Now Lucas Rosenau, 182.5 for a 17.5 kilo improvement. His last 2 lifts have both been PBs. This one is to join the 400-pound club.
New personal best attempt.
182.5.
Well, his second was better than his first. Can his third be the best of them all?
Not quite
No,
there.
nearly
I
so
don't even
close.
know how he managed to
What a
press that
great
so
fight.
well. He had to really fight through the shirt there to get it down. You can see it shifts around a little bit about here. And it really messed him around, but he still had the strength to press that.
Yeah. Now Nahel Bali.
Slowly. Not Bali.
Yeah, needs to
This
put
is
this one on
about
the
hanging
board.
on to Schmidt.
Yeah, if he fails to put this on the board, he just lets Schmidt close that gap a little bit more. He wants to be going into the deadlift with as big a gap as possible. As you do not want to give Schmidt a sniff of victory. I don't know about this one.
What a battle.
He had the strength. Did it dip?
He likes it, but blues from two of the referees.
Yeah, the bar
When you
dropped.
see a red light with a blue underneath it, the blue is the reason for failure, and in this case, it's downward movement of the bar, and that's where it happened. But how strong he was to overcome that. Now, Jakubek,
Has he just given Schmidt a sniff of victory?
just depends on how cagey
I'd say
Schmidt has been with his deadlift opener.
Schmidt's out the back. His ears have pricked up. The adrenaline's spiked now.
No.
I just didn't want to move.
Now Schmetternik from Czechia.
And we have 200 kilos for Andres Medanik. Anderson, Czechety, get ready.
200 kilos against a PB of 195, which he matched in the second round.
Hey, it's always nice to roll up into the 200 club, isn't it?
Let's go.
It's one of those powerlifting milestones.
Yep. I did it once and never did it again because I kept looking for more rather than doing it the second time.
I think that's the nature of the beast in powerlifting, isn't it? We're always looking for more.
What's the point of doing otherwise?
Throw some more on. Nice press, but it just slowed too much.
No. Not
Just
to be.
gradually fell back on him.
4 lifts to go in the morning bench press session. Next up is Benjamin Falgren Andersen from Denmark with a massive 217.5 kilos. Remember, his PB coming in was 182.5 kilos. And my maths suggest a 35 kilo improvement if he makes
That's
this.
quite impressive. 217 and a half. Yeah, he looked very awkward there.
He seemed to look almost collapse as the bar touched, lost all the tension.
It sunk him down a little bit. Right about here. He's butt lifted anyway.
Yeah. Now David Czechety has the chance to go from 0 to gold in bench press. We won't belabor the point that he can't contend for the overall title.
He kept it at 220. Hopefully they made a few little adjustments.
I guess knowing that 220 would win gold, and at least leave with something. Oh, it's not moving.
It just doesn't want to work today.
Oh dear.
just couldn't find the right line, the right position. Just couldn't really get the shirt into action. You can see coming down, he seemed to get an okay line. The shirt seemed to resist a bit.
Just couldn't move it.
Yeah, for 220, there wasn't a lot of resistance in that shirt though.
Now Kevin Schmidt.
Auf geht's, Kevin. Let's do
He
this.
is the gold medalist in bench in the 83s. This will get him a little bit closer to Bali.
Yeah, and remember, Barley missed that third bench press. So this lift for Schmidt just brings him that ever little bit closer.
Puts him within 5 kilos at subtotal. The difference in prognosis is that Bali's opening 20 kilos heavier in deadlift. But they're almost neck and neck going into deadlift.
No, just can't
No,
lock it.
that extra 2.5 kilos, just too much. And there is one more bench press this morning. And it's the 93 kilo class. Ludvig Møen, Norway, 232.5 kilos for a 17.5 kilo improvement in his PB over the course of the competition.
That is massive. And if you can put this one on the board, if he can get his opening deadlift on without any problems, he is pretty much untouchable. And probably heading towards beating his own total personal best as well. Got it to the top.
Oh, he's locked that out. But we have to wait for the referees
on this
yeah.
one for sure. Yeah.
Oh, blues and yellows.
Bar dipped.
Bar dip, butt off the bench.
All
But
over
the
the shop.
strength to lock it out
Absolutely
in spite
phenomenal.
of that. We'd call it a good gym lift, wouldn't we?
Yeah, there it goes there.
Yeah.
Just a bit of a lift, a bit of a downward
Yeah.
movement there.
Well, hope you've enjoyed that bench press session. It's been a fascinating morning session so far. Everything comes to a conclusion in the deadlift, and the start of that is only 10 minutes away. Join us then. And hello again and welcome back to Tisted. If you've been with us earlier, you will have seen really dramatic and exciting squat and bench press competitions. If you weren't able to catch it, please go to the Euro Powerlifting channel on YouTube, and there will be a great competition waiting for you to watch. We have got 2 flights this morning. It is the junior men up to and including 93 kilos. Flight 1, 59, 66 and 74. Flight 2 is the 83 and 93 kilo classes. And if it's anything like the first 2 sessions, it promises to be a fantastic climax to a great competition. Joined again by Gary Williams. Welcome back, Gary.
Yeah, look, they've got to get those openers on the board now, haven't they?
Absolutely.
It's been one dramatic morning here today.
And I think we've just got time before the first lifter comes to the platform and we can see the platform background. To give a quick mention to the sponsors, the premier sponsors for these championships are Rogue and SPD. Thank you very much to both of you.
Of course, none of this is possible without the support that SPD and Rogue put behind it. And, you know, when we talk about the sponsors, nearly all of us are wearing SPD gear, not because they're a sponsor, because they literally are the best gear you can get your hands on.
Yeah. And this is Andrei Georgescu from Romania. Might add, we're also wearing Maniac Fitness jackets.
Very comfortable.
Indeed.
Makes me look pretty.
Well, that alone is commendation indeed.
I've just been told by the rest of the team it doesn't.
And Georgescu was so quick we almost missed him. Well, I can tell you they're wrong, Gary.
That's what you want for an opening deadlift. And right now, these opening deadlifts are so important. We've seen so many people this week already crash out by missing, all 3 lifts in a squat or all 3 bench. You've gotten your squats on the board. You've gotten a bench on the board. You need to put that opening deadlift on the board to get that total solidified.
And of course, Georgescu lifting unopposed. That lift made him the European champion. And Dubisky is in the same position in the 66s. He's really impressed throughout, and now he needs this lift to make a total, and with a total he too becomes European champion, this time in the 66 kilo class.
Look, it's a good choice too. I mean, he's put 210 on the bar. He's done 227.5 before. Don't go crazy.
Looks good.
Now he's solidified. He's the European champion. Now he can put whatever he wants on the bar and have a go at a personal best.
And he gives the V for victory sign to his coach. At least I think that's what it was. Now Luzbin from Ukraine. Next 4 lifters all in the 74 kilo class. Austin unfortunately cannot make a total as a result of not getting a squat in. The other 3 are guaranteed medals. All that needs to be determined now is the colour of those medals. So this is Luzbin. Had a great squat competition. Bench pressed really well too.
Yeah, now he's got to be consistent here. Put this on the board.
Nice and easy, because I think the important thing for him is there's more there.
Well, that's right. This puts him in a really commanding position. That solidifies his total. Current subtotal is 640. He's well out in front. He's got a comfortable position there. Now he just needs to hold Bors off.
This is Tobias Sorensen, 220 on the bar. This would give him a subtotal of a total of 612.5, and this would guarantee him a podium position.
And it also puts him in a position to maybe put some pressure on Bors as well.
Indeed. Well, it's a big PB, but then he's got big PBs in everything. Have you ever seen such an easy PB? That's 12.5 kilos over anything he's done before in competition.
So that puts him in a really good spot now. Now it's up to Bors to come out, put his opener on.
And Borsch is the next out. Same weight, 220.
Look, and this is tough for Borsch now. I mean, if he wants to put pressure on for the gold, he still has to watch Sorensen from behind.
But
And
his
it's gonna
PB is
dictate.
258. National record in Slovakia, we presume. So this is maybe just to get him on the podium for sure. And then he can start an attack.
Yeah, there's plenty of room to move there.
Absolutely. But Luzbin looking ahead has jumped 15 kilos. But before that, we've got Gregory Austin of Belgium. Austin will be the last out in the first round. Remember, only 6 in this flight. It is going to fly by. And it brings into question things like recovery as well, Gary.
Yeah, I mean, the deadlift round moves really quickly as well. And recovery does take a really big toll, especially with 6 people, especially when you get to the deadlifts. You're already feeling pretty exhausted.
And could that influence subsequent weight selections?
Yeah, and it should influence your weight selections as well.
Maybe sometimes it should, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
Easy. If only, if only, if only he had got a squat in.
And you know, we talk about fatigue at the end in the deadlift session, and fatigue is a really hard thing to judge, and quite often you don't realise how fatigued you are until you pull that bar.
Yeah. Now we come to the second round. Georgescu is the first out. He's taking 200, which will equal his PB. Remember, he is confirmed as the European champion 2023 in the under 59 kilo class as a result of making his opening deadlift. This to equal his PB, and then he will hope for a new PB in the third round. It's also going to give him a big PB in total. His PB was 495 coming in.
That takes him up to 510,
yeah.
doesn't it?
Easy.
And if you're new to powerlifting and you're watching your deadlift and you're wondering what that white stuff is falling off their legs, it's talcum powder. So they are allowed to use some talcum powder on their legs to allow that bar to slide up a little bit more easily.
Yeah, talcum powder on the legs, chalk on the hands, and don't get them mixed
Yeah,
up.
it's a dangerous mix.
Now, Davisky in the under 66s. As we said, unopposed, already the European champion.
Let's go.
Still a bit down on his total PB, but when you're unopposed, you do what it takes to win.
Yeah, look, often the misconception is that powerlifting is linear. And there's an example of fatigue kicking in right there. I imagine he probably felt really good walking out there until you got to pull that bar, and that was a lot heavier than
And
he's
he got
expecting.
blues for presumably resting on the thighs. Have a look at this again, Gary. I don't think it was downward movement. I think it was resting.
There could have been some downward movement there.
Yeah, it didn't rest, did it? No.
Yeah, it looks like there's a little bit of a diff about halfway through.
Now Sorensen. Well, he's been amazing as all the way through. He got a 12.5 kilo PB with his opener, and he's put another 12.5 kilos on the bar.
Yeah, he's had a fantastic day. He came out.
And this
he
puts him
did his
within
job.
5 kilos of Borsch, although Borsch is more in the tank. But this puts him to 625. Borsch is sitting on 630. And we did mention fatigue
is an
and
amazing
speed
thing.
of turnaround.
And this young guy's just done his job all day. And he's still doing it.
Oh, wow. What a performance from Sorensen.
Yeah, we said earlier today that if he just does his job, he might have the opportunity to put some pressure on to move up, and that's what he's done.
Well,
He's just
he's
put
done
the
his
pressure
job
on.
and then some.
Alexander.
And now this is Lujbin. 232.5, a 15 kilo jump.
Okay.
Now, if he and Borsch both make their second round lifts, they're both sitting on 655.
Yeah, Borsch is putting the pressure on, but
Borsch
he's going to have to be careful.
Borsch is the lighter.
Well, he's going to have to be careful, though, because Sorensen is nipping at his heels as well. And if he gets caught up chasing after the gold...
Oh, good lift more there.
Well, he's demonstrated very well. If you want that gold, you're going to have to come after it.
He's lifted really well today, hasn't he? Great series of squats, PB and bench, and 2 great deadlifts.
Now, all the pressure's on Borsch now.
This to effectively take the lead
It's a big
on
jump
prognosis.
too, 25 kilos.
Yeah, but look at his PB. But fatigue, quick turnaround, there's so many things to factor in. He made his opener look easy. This lift takes him close to the title. But if he misses it, everything is on. Oh, it's a great
that
lift
moved
from
really
Borsch.
well.
Yeah.
That was a real message, that was. I'm coming after that gold medal.
And Gregory Austin from Belgium, last out 280. This will be the end of the second round.
That was a great lift from Borsch. That really sends the message that I'm coming after that gold medal. If you want it, you're going to have to lift for it.
Well, he may have to go within half a kilo of his PB to get it, because Lujbin has put in a lift which, if successful, will make him do that. And this is Austin. Already got the gold in deadlift with his opener. Looks good. Yeah, he must be so sick. The gold in bench, the gold in deadlift, but no squat register.
He salvaged what he could from the day. He's gone home with some medals, and he's gone home with that real pride of an athlete. He shook it off and got on with the job. Of course, the third round of deadlift takes a little bit longer. They're going to clean the bar between each lift.
That's required by the rules. Not something they've just decided to do today. This is the European champion in the 59 kilo class, coming out for his lap of honour.
Yeah, so give him a nice personal best as well.
Yeah, the lap of honour will be a 7.5 kilo improvement, his best ever deadlift. Looks good.
Oh, I think there's a couple more kilos in there as well.
Definitely. Well, he's only 21. He's got a year, possibly 2 years as a junior left, depending when his birthday falls. Now, Dubisky, the champion in the 66s.
Yeah, he's really going to have to fight fatigue for this lift.
Yeah, you said that last time. The extra 10 kilos seemed to hit him hard, because he was all over the 210.
And you really don't. You can't even feel it in yourself until you get to pull that bar. And I'm sure we've all done it. We've gone to pull a deadlift that is generally easy and suddenly it won't move. And it's not until that point you realise how fatigued you are. So that's why lift selection, your deadlifts, is so important, because you can't go back.
I think they're deliberately taking perhaps more time than is absolutely necessary to clean the bar, just aware that there's only 6 in the flight, giving the lifters every opportunity.
You know, and if you get a platform crew like this too, I mean, the turnaround's even quicker. These guys are pretty much the Formula One of powerlifting. He's going to have to bring some fire for this one. And it's decided it didn't want to move today. Somebody turned up the gravity. And he's put in some great lifts today.
No, big lift coming up. Lujban. He's jumping 10 kilos. He's going 12.5 kilos more than he had ever been before today. But if he gets this,
if he wants a shot of that gold, he's got to pull this.
Yeah, if he gets this, then Borsch has to go within half a kilo of the best he has ever done to be European champion.
And if you're new to powerlifting, in the final round of deadlift, you have the opportunity to change your attempt. As we see now, an attempt change is going in. So Sorensen has changed his to 242.5.
Tobias Sorensen, Denmark, is the next lifter. Bar is loaded.
Right, yeah, as Gary says, Sorensen has dropped his third, so he is now out before the Ukrainian lifter.
That is a huge lift, 242.5. His personal best before this was 207.5.
Well, he's been smashing PBs all today. Can he finish with a flourish? And the crowd is certainly behind him. Listen for the roar as he starts to pull.
This is a good lift selection. If he gets it, it's not quite there today though. I think that was a great lift selection though. If he gets that, if he had have gotten that, he had the opportunity to maybe get a silver in the deadlift. So it was a bit of a Hail Mary.
Nothing to lose.
He goes home with a bronze medal overall.
That he probably wouldn't have expected at the start of the day. Now, this is the battle we're talking about. The next two are Lujban and Borsch. Lujban, if he gets this, he sets a target for Borsch. If he doesn't get this, he hands Borsch the title.
And if he doesn't, I'd imagine we'd see Borsch drop his lift a little bit.
Let's go, Alexander.
No,
and
he
it's
had
just
to
a bit
try
too much.
it,
And let's see what Borsch does now. If he stays with that.
Well, I suppose he could do because he's got nothing to lose. He might even go up for a new PB.
Yeah, well, he's the lighter lifter, so he's already matched him on totals. He
His
doesn't need to do
PB is
anything.
258. He might want 260.
So they have up until bar is loaded to put an attempt change in. But he has no need to change. He doesn't need to drop it. He's already got the gold medal. He's going for the 257.5.
Which in all but the finest of margins equals his personal best. The European champion in the 74s was his final lift of the day, 257.5 kilos. Great lift.
Yeah, it was never in doubt, was it?
And 3 wide lights.
It was never in doubt.
I suppose, is it a bit easier with the pressure off, or is it a bit harder because you don't have to be so
well, it's a
fired
real
out?
mix, isn't it? I mean, yeah, the pressure's off, so it's easy in that fact. But yeah, you don't have the fire, the adrenaline.
Austin is going for a massive 307.5 kilos.
But he will take the deadlift gold for sure. Also bench press gold for sure.
And after this, we're into the next flight, which is the 83s and 93s
Will that
combined.
equal the junior record?
It wouldn't. Yeah, but it won't count, of course. But in his head, he's equalled the record. That's a European, not the world, by the way. It's currently 307.5, and that's what's on the bar. But to set a record, you need to make a total. And sadly, Austin has been unable to do that. But he's done everything else.
Big smiles, and that is a great attitude, isn't it? I mean, he's had a rough day at the office, but he's still smiling, still enjoying
He gets
the competition.
2 gold medals.
It's not a bad way to finish.
And just to summarise, Georgescu is the champion in the 59s. Debisky is the champion in the 66s. And Bosch from Slovakia is the champion in the 74s. And there's the totals confirmed. And we move on to the 83s and 93s. And as is so often the case, the last bench presser out is the first deadlifter out. And quite often vice versa.
Both these classes, I mean, in the 83s and the 93s here, I mean, both of us are not a lot separating, particularly in the silver and bronze.
No, sit back and enjoy. Kevin Schmidt, 230.
Now look, in the 83s, Dogfist is the one to keep the eye on. He's got a massive deadlift on him.
Then Andersen same weight, bar is loaded. Benjamin Andersen.
And it could be enough to do a job.
No, the rise and the noise will tell you it is Andersen coming to the stage. 230 kilos on the bar.
Yeah, you always know when Denmark is in the house.
Oh wow, more there, lots more there. That's just to get one on the board one, isn't it?
That moved perfectly.
235 for Lucas Rosenhall.
Now Rosenhall.
Cecchetti, Smetani. Ready for your opening attempts.
And he's opening in 2-3-5.
Lucas Rosenhall, Czech Republic. Let's go.
Look good?
Yeah, it moved well. A little bit of a stall through the middle, but I think that's just his style of lifting.
3 wide line.
Also only personal best for him. Cecchetti.
Now
245 for him.
David Cecchetti.
Get ready.
Well,
Forest
we
Road.
just hope that he gets a
He's
little
had
bit.
a really, really tough day at the office.
But he's not going hiding, he's coming out for his deadlifts.
Yeah, look, he came here. Yeah, he came here to win a European Championship. To win a European Championship or a World Championship, you've got to take the risks. Had it paid off, he'd be a European champion.
There will be other days, better days. Great deadlift. And finally, he sees 3 wide lights.
I was going to say, I don't know if that's going to make him super happy anyway, but he's got one on the board.
And the bar is loaded. Andre Smetani, Czech Republic.
Now Smetanek from Czechia, 245 kilos. Looks good.
Yeah, very convincing. The referees agree.
Now Oscar Dahlqvist,
Oscar Dahlqvist.
250 kilos.
Slowly, Oscar Dahlqvist, Sweden.
Yeah, he's got a good deadlift. He's well made for it. And he wants to get this one on the board because he's really on subtotals, not quite that far back. If someone makes a mistake, he could be in a position to bounce. We've seen plenty of errors today from everyone.
Oh, there's a lot more there.
There's plenty of room to
Awful lot
move.
more there.
Alex, a good weight.
Well, maybe this isn't all settled yet.
5 kilos for
Well, they put in 265 for his next one.
attempts.
But it's what his third one's going to be. That
Slowly.
now Ludwig Moen, 252.5, 27.5 kilos below his personal best, which was set in a lower weight class. Expect this to fly up.
Yeah, I can imagine it's going to move pretty well. And it does.
Good hit. Then you have
And I think that's pretty much the title for Moen in the 93s. Can't see anyone coming near him now. We've lost our screen for a moment.
after Jakob.
Yeah, he's miles
Yeah,
clear.
he is well out in front. He's done a great job getting those numbers on the board, making sure he goes into this with a huge gap, and he can just get out and do his thing now. No one's really in a position to challenge, and if anyone was wanting to challenge, then they're going to open the door for that medal
Yeah.
as well.
This is Nahel Bali, 265. Now this would put him in 742.5. This is for the gold medal. This is for the title.
Well, it wasn't an overly convincing lockout, was it?
No. Convinced two of the
Yeah, he
referees.
gets it on the board.
It wasn't a very convincing squat either,
It
but
wasn't really,
not a
was
very
it?
convincing deadlift opener.
You've really got to be more convincing this,
But-
particularly on your opener.
It's enough.
It's the job done.
Now Jakubek, Slovakia, 270 last out in the first round.
And with a lift like that, that should pretty much
He
secure
looks
the
like a
deadlift gold
deadlifter,
medal, I
doesn't
think.
he?
Yeah.
The second round. First his feet, 240.
And we're into the second round already. And Kevin Schmidt has gone up 10 kilos.
Yeah, he's under pressure from Dahlqvist though, isn't he?
Yeah, I think that's why it's only 10.
No, he's not taking any chances.
Dahlqvist has a lift that would take him to 700,
Yeah,
which
puts him
matches what
right-
Schmidt is currently on.
You know, and the great position that Dahlqvist is in is he's securing that bronze medal overall. He can wait and see what Schmidt does for his third and pull for that silver medal.
The people that are picking Dahlqvist numbers are absolutely spot
They are on
on.
the money.
And he knows all he has to do is go out and lift what they put on the bar.
We said right from the start, if Dahlqvist does his job, he might put himself in a position to move up the ranks, and he has done his job very well. Schmidt needs to get this one on.
Pressure. Because he knows what's coming behind him. And that looks good, and more in the tank.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a whole lot more though.
I think it's just the way he lifts, the way he benched as well. It was very
Very
slow and
controlled.
just controlled, yeah. Now Anderson takes 240, he's jumped 10 as well. Oh wow. Well, that
was
equaled
more like
his
an opener.
PB. That equaled his PB, and it just flew.
Apparently he hasn't learnt about fatigue. It doesn't. If you don't learn about it, it doesn't affect you. Is that right?
Well, let's not tell him. No. Rosenhall. 252.5 kilos. 17.5 kilo jump. His PB coming in was 225, as you can see on the screen.
Let's go.
And again, and one of the 4 lifters in this flight was unable to get a squat in. We had carnage in the
Yeah, it was
squats
not
earlier.
an easy day today. Oh, that's tough.
Has he locked his knees?
I
Not
think he
sure
got it
from
there. I
this
think there
angle.
might have been some downward movement though.
Well, he got it 2-1. I thought the right knee was a bit soft. He almost bent so far back he unlocked it again. Yeah, that's what the blue was for. Pesky commentators picking these things up. Now David Cicchetti, 255. The jury has overruled the last lift.
Yep.
Maybe they were listening to the commentators.
Yeah, so
I
the
think
jury
they
has
just get
picked
the
up on that as
pictures.
well.
In fairness, they don't get the commentators.
And actually, you made a really good point. You know, by overextending at the top, you risk the potential of actually unlocking those knees.
They were locked, and he just went too far back. That looks good.
Yeah, that was a solid lift, that one.
That looked better than the first one, actually.
260 for Andreas Metonic.
Now it's Metonic.
Bars loaded.
260 on the
Let's go,
bar.
Andre, new personal best attempt. 10 kilos.
This puts him into silver medal position in the deadlift, with lifters to follow.
Yeah, it takes him pretty close to his total PB as well, and it's a bench and it's a deadlift PB.
Yeah, Anderson and Moon in the overall are quite far ahead of him, but he's guaranteed a podium position, partly because of what others didn't do, partly because of what he has done.
Oh, he's having to work hard though.
Oh,
He
he's
gets it
managed
there.
to get it through
I don't
though.
think there's much left though. He
3
does.
white lights.
New personal best at 10 kilos. Congratulations. 265 for Oscar Dahlqvist.
Now, Oscar Dahlqvist, I nearly said Oliver. They're just trying to tease us, both beginning with an A.
Attempt.
Yeah, if he gets this lift on the board,
Oscar Dahlqvist.
the pressure's on, and I mean, I really would expect to see him, you know, try and pull for a silver.
Yeah, give it a go. But he needs to make this first. And this is 2.5 kilos below his personal best. He's been here before. His opener was good. Oh, wow.
He said he had a great deadlift on him. Look at that.
Well, he got a blue.
Smoked that.
He got a blue. Would that be knee again?
Let's have a look at the replay.
Next lifter is
Hmm.
Ludwig.
Yeah, it looks like he,
272.5.
one of the referees might not have thought his shoulders were far enough
Would
back.
that not have been a red though? Anyway, he gets it 2-1.
He's got the two
And
whites.
now Ludwig Mern. 2-7, 2.5.
And Smetana can scratch his third.
Yeah, it's no surprise, is it?
Yeah.
What a battle he had, and he gave everything, knew there was nothing more. Yeah, Mern already the champion, just adding kilos all the time. Now, Nahel Bali, 280 kilos.
Then 280 kilos.
Yeah, he's done a great job. He's put himself well enough out in front.
Well, this would guarantee the title pretty much. This would put him to 7.5, 7.5.
Yeah, I mean, he's put himself well out. He's been helped a little bit by Dahlqvist by putting the pressure on Smith, which means Smith wasn't able to put the pressure on him. But he's done the hard work and it's paid off.
Let's go.
Let's see where 280 goes.
Same as the
Oh,
first one. It's an awkward
he's really got to
finishing
watch that
position,
lockout
isn't it?
finish.
Well, the referees
Yeah.
don't like it.
He's gotten 3 reds and I
Yeah,
think it's
right.
dipped forward.
It's a very unusual finish because he's done it in both his lifts.
280, let's go.
Yeah, the way he shifts his head forward,
Yeah.
shifts his shoulder a little bit and then drops the bar a little.
I mean, I know a lot of people drop their head slightly as they lock out, but that's very exaggerated. This is Jakubek. 280, as we said, looks like a natural deadlifter, born to deadlift. Just like that.
Yeah, he does it well, doesn't he?
Nice. Our referee says it's a beautiful
No mucking
hit.
around with
Just the leading deadlift.
Grip and rip.
Now Kevin Schmidt.
250 kilos for Kevin. Rosenthal under
We're into the third round.
He really needs to put this one on the board. He's in the silver medal position overall at the moment.
This would put him to 720. And Dahlqvist is on 700 with a lift to put him to 710. And Dahlqvist is lighter
as well.
I think Dahlqvist will go 285
Yeah.
Let's go, Kevin.
if
One more time. Come on.
sorry, the screen's jumped again. Yeah, if Schmidt makes this lift of 250, then Dahlqvist will go 285. If he doesn't make this lift, well,
Okay.
Well, if he doesn't make this lift, yeah, 275 is fine for Doug.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to do anything else.
on body weight. So big pressure on Schmidt. Still 10 kilos below his PB though.
Oh, he's got it there.
Yeah. Just that strong, slow,
He really
continuous
is.
pull. And Dahlqvist has to go 285 if he wants the silver medal overall.
And we'll keep an eye on that board, see if he puts the change in. I mean, he has nothing to lose. He has the bronze medal locked
Yeah.
away. He's got nothing to lose by pulling for it.
Coming after him, I'm going to change that. Now we have 257.5 kilos for Lucas Rosenthal.
Yeah, he's also got this.
Then Anderson,
Yeah.
Czechek,
Uh,
ready?
Rosenal, Czechia.
Bartholdi, Lucas Rosenthal, Czech Republic. New personal best attempt. Let's go.
257.5 kilos.
Bronze
PB
medal,
coming in,
lifting
225.
Let's go.
Yeah, Dahlqvist just changed, 285.
It's almost like we half know what we're talking about.
It's written in the script. That's not going to go.
Oh, brave
His
attempt.
legs locked out
Yeah.
really early there.
Back isn't that strong.
And we have 262.5 kilos for Benjamin
Now the
Anderson.
noise levels are just going to go up because Benjamin Anderson has this lift to go into third place in deadlift. He's guaranteed second overall.
Yeah, he can't be challenged for that.
He's for second place. Bar is loaded.
And there's the noise. Denmark is in the house.
So this for a bronze in deadlift to go with his overall silver. The first two, he's absolutely smoked them. Maybe someone told him about fatigue.
Oh, he's got that one in as well, I think.
Yeah, nobody told him.
He missed that chapter in the book.
Waiting on the lights. And waiting,
Yeah,
still
three
waiting
whites.
on all whites, yeah. And now David Cicchetti of Italy in the 83s. Can't make a total, but he is in third place in the 83s in the deadlift. Whether he will remain there will... Actually, yes, he will, because has Dahlqvist already lifted more?
Yes. Yeah, he's already done 265.
Yeah.
And he's the lighter lifter. And
So this-
265, that'd be a nice
yeah,
personal best as well.
He's got the bronze in deadlift. It's something to take back home. Not what he'd want, but something nonetheless. No, not moving.
Not today.
The motivation just wasn't there.
It's hard to get fired up for that extra personal best when you're not really pulling for anything now.
And deadlift is such a mental lift.
Very much. And at the end of the day, you're exhausted. You've really got to find that fire, that extra edge.
Now Ludwig Mern is next. We have only 4 lifters remaining.
Did Barley change his lift to 292.5? I didn't think he had 292.5 in before.
I didn't notice, to be perfectly honest.
That's a
I
monster
was more
lift.
focused on Dahlqvist. But this is Mern. This will put him into the lead in deadlift. He is already the champion.
Also personal best attempt for Ludwig Mern.
Squeeze it, not quite.
Well, the gold in the 93s deadlift goes to Jakubek. But no, this is the big lift of the day
This is a
in
silver
terms
medal,
of determining places. For the most unlikely of silver medals, he was so far behind in prognosis at one point, but they've done his numbers so well.
Yeah, he got his squats on the board, he got his benches on the board, he chipped away and just waited for an opportunity, and here it is.
And he looks fired up. He looks ready to go.
Can he pull for a silver medal? This would be an upset for sure.
And wait for the celebrations if he gets this.
Oh, it's
moving
moved well.
Oh yes,
He
he's
has
pulled
got
it.
this.
Oh, we'll wait for the referees.
And we're waiting the tension.
And
he
it's
gets
3
it on the
white
board. He
lights,
pulls
and look
for
at
the silver medal.
celebration. Wow, he has come from so far
We
back.
said at the start to watch out for him, and he did everything he had to do and created an opportunity.
2 more lifts.
Let's go.
Jakubek in the 93s is already the gold medalist. Sadly, in deadlift, sadly cannot make a total. Would you say the knee sleeves help or hurt in deadlift?
Yeah, I've asked that question to a lot of different people. I mean, from my perspective, I don't see they provide any real benefit. If anything, they provide an edge that can slow the bar.
Good lift though.
And it's a good lift. Good job.
And there is one lift to go.
92.5
And
for
Nahel Bali
Bali.
has put a massive 292.5 on the bar. He is the European champion in the 83s. He's been confusing the hell out of the referees with the way he finishes his deadlifts. And he's already the champion.
European champion today.
But this is to give him deadlift gold as well as the overall title.
So if he misses this, Douglas takes the gold in deadlift.
Well, he's only got one squat in, he's only got one deadlift in, but he is the European champion.
You only need one.
2023. You only need one, says Gary, and that is absolutely right. Well, great morning session, Gary. Any final thoughts?
That was a really exciting session, and I mean, what it really showed in equipped lifting is do your job, chip away, make good lift selections, and wait for opportunities to present. But it also shows high risk, high reward, but also high risk, big losses as well.
Yeah, and you get more drama in equipped than you would in classic because the equipment just introduces another
Very
factor.
much.
Can you get low enough in the squat? Can you touch on the bench? Sort of things that just aren't there in classic, where other challenges come into play. But we hope you've enjoyed it. It's been a really interesting morning
It's been a
session to
rollercoaster of a
commentate
ride.
on. Just to look ahead to this afternoon, we have all the junior women in 2 back-to-back groups, and that starts at 15:30 local time here in Denmark. And looking even further forward, the men's junior competition finishes tomorrow morning. It starts at 10 o'clock, and there are 2 back-to-back groups. One of them is the 105s, and the other is the 120 and 120 plus
Yeah, don't
combined.
miss that one.
That promises to be fantastic. So please stay with us for the victory ceremony, which should be happening in the next few minutes. Join us again at 3:30 this afternoon for the women's junior competition. But until then, bye for now.
So we will start with 59 kilo category. Squat gold medal goes to Andrei Georgescu, Romania. Bench gold medal also to Andrei Georgescu, Romania with 110 kilos best lift today. And the deadlift gold medal with 207.5 kilos best lift today. And European champion, gold medalist 2023 is Andrei Georgescu from Romania. 517.5 kilos total. Please stand up for national anthem of Romania. Congratulations. Then we have next category, 66 kilograms. Gold medal in squat goes to Radoslav Debicki, Poland. Gold medal in bench press also for Radoslav Debicki with 152.5 kilos total. Best lift today. And the deadlift gold medal, also for Radoslav Debicki, with 210 kilos best lift today. And he is also gold medalist, European champion 2023, Radoslav Debicki, Poland. Total 587.5 kilos. Please stand up for national anthem of Poland. Congratulations. Then we have 74 kilogram category. Bronze medal in squat goes to Tobias Sørensen from Denmark. 240 kilos, best lift today. squat goes to Richard Bors, Slovakia, with 242.5 kilos best weight today. And the gold medal in squat goes to Alexander Luchpin from Ukraine, 265 kilos best weight. Thank you, gentlemen. Then we have the bench press medals. Bronze medal goes to Alexander Luchtin from Ukraine, 157.5 kilos best weight. Bench press silver medal goes to Richard Wars from Slovakia with 167.5 kilos best weight. And the gold medal in bench press goes to Gregory Austin from Belgium with 185 kilos best weight. Thank you, gentlemen. Deadlift medals. Bronze medal goes to Tobias Sørensen, Denmark. 232.5 kilos best weight. Deadlift silver medal to Richard Bors from Slovakia with 257.5 kilos best weight. And deadlift gold medal goes to Gregory Austin from Belgium, 280 kilos best weight. Thank you, gentlemen. Then we have medals in total. Bronze medalist is Tobias Sørensen from Denmark, 625 kilos total. Silver medalist is Alexander Luchpin from Ukraine, 655 kilos total. And the gold medalist, European champion 2023 is Richard Bors from Slovakia, 667.5 kilos total. Please stand up for national anthem of Slovakia. Congratulations. And then we have the 83 kilogram category. First, the squat medals. Bronze medal goes to Kevin Schmidt from Austria, 250 kilos best weight. Silver medal in squat to Oscar Dahlqvist from Sweden, 272.5 kilos best weight. And gold medal in squat squat to Niall Bali, France, with 285 kilos breast lift. Thank you, gentlemen. Then we have bench press medals. Bronze medal goes to Lukas Rosenau, Czech Republic, 177.5 kilo breast lift. Silver medal to Niall Bali from France, with 192.5 kilo breast lift. And the gold medal in bench press goes to Kevin Schmidt, Austria, 220 kilos breast lift. Thank you, gentlemen. Deadlift medals. Bronze medal goes to Davide Ciacchetti, Italy, 255 kilos breast lift. Silver medal goes to Niall Bali from France, with 265 kilos breast lift. And the gold medal in deadlift goes to Oskar Dahlqvist from Sweden, 285 kilos breast lift. Thank you, gentlemen. Then we have medals in total. Bronze medalist is Kevin Schmidt from Austria, 720 kilos total. Silver medalist is Oskar Dahlqvist from Sweden, also 720 kilos total, but lighter on body weight than Kevin. And the gold medalist, European champion 2023 is Niall Bali from France, 742.5 kilos total. So please stand up for National Anthem of France. Congratulations! Then we have 93 kilo category. Squat medals. Squat bronze medal goes to Andrei Smetani, Czech Republic, 265 kilo breast lift. Silver medal in squat goes to Benjamin Andersen, Denmark, 290 kilos. And gold medal in squat goes to Ludvig Moen from Norway with 325 kilos best weight. Thank you, gentlemen. Then we have the bench press medals. Bronze medal goes to Andrej Smetanic, Czech Republic. 195 kilos. Best weight. Silver medal in bench press to Benjamin Andersen, Denmark. 200 kilos. And the gold medalist is Ludvig Moen from Norway with 225 kilos. Thank you, gentlemen. Then we have the deadlift medals. Bronze medal goes to Benjamin Andersen, Denmark. Silver medal goes to Ludvig Moen, Norway. 272.5 kilos. And the deadlift gold medal to Christian Jakubek from Slovakia. 219 kilos best weight. Thank you, gentlemen. Medals in total. Bronze medalist is Andrej Smetanic from Czech Republic. 720 kilos total. Silver medalist is Benjamin Andersen, Denmark. 762.5 kilos total. Gold medalist, European champion is Ludvig Moen from Norway with 822.5 kilos total. Please stand up for national anthem of Norway. Congratulations. Okay, and I would need Trine Bakke from Denmark and also Oksana Hordenko from Ukraine here into the States with Miriam Bislow. Come here, please. They have done the international